This is World Comics Review, and today we're going to Italy for Diabolik, which is Italy's most famous comic. Well, this is not an actual Diabolik, it's a Diabolik Swiss, which is obviously the sound of a knife being thrown. And Diabolik Swiss is a volume of reprints of old Diabolik stories, so seconda ristampa, which I guess is like second stamping or second printing. And this is from 2000, so it's got the price in lira instead of euros. But judging from the cars, the clothes and other such things, this is actually a story originally from the 1960s, but it doesn't mention when exactly. So this is a omicidio alla polizia, which is something like a cop killer, or killing the police. So yeah, Diabolik is like a Robin Hood style gentleman thief type guy, combined with kind of high technology sort of stuff. So most people in the English speaking world probably know of Diabolik either from the 1968 film Danger Diabolik, which was also the last MST3K episode until they started making some more, or the 40 episode cartoon series that was made in 2000. And yeah, Diabolik is Italy's most famous comic, and began in 1962 by Angela and Luciana Giussani. Don't know how to pronounce that. Giussani? I don't know. Whoever. They started Diabolik in 1962, and originally he was like a much more hardcore kind of criminal and a killer, but he gradually transformed into kind of a Batman crossed with Robin Hood, so he steals some rich criminals and gives to the poor, although he does occasionally still kill criminals. Most of the time he just uses stun gas or ties them up or whatever and steals all their money and maybe gives it to the poor or just keeps it for himself. So he likes collecting exquisite artwork and stuff, like Erioika from the old Japanese comic I should really do a review of. So yeah, this comic started in 1962 and is still running today. Originally it was weekly, then changed to 24 issues a year, then 17 issues a year, then 12 issues a year, then 7 issues a year, and then back to 12 issues a year. And I think it's doing 12 issues a year now, so one every month. And yeah, approximately 120 odd pages of comic each month. I think the artists rotate, but there's a house style, so like one artist will do one every 3 months, and then other artists will fill in the gaps in between. But yeah, they follow a house style, so they all kind of look the same. It's a pretty simple black and white style, so they can draw it quickly. And yeah, Diabolik is this Batman crossed with Robin Hood style criminal who steals from the rich, and he's aided by Eva Kant, who's was originally a rival criminal and then became his lover, and now is kind of his lover and also an equally skilled criminal. And this size was originally inspired by the artists were sitting near a subway station in Italy and saw travellers carrying pocket paperbacks, the standard size of paperbacks from the 50s to 80s, and thought, why don't we make a comic that's that size? So what was born was called the Diabolik format, and a lot of other Italian comics now follow this similar format, although some are a bit bigger or smaller. And I've even seen Spider-Man in Italian is also kind of reformatted into this size. So yeah, I can't read Italian. I read less Italian than Japanese, although I can kind of obviously a lot of European languages are related, so omicidio alla polizia, homicide by police or homicide of police, so I can kind of guess what's going on sometimes. So yeah, this story, looking at the cars and the technology and the clothes, appears to be from the 60s. So as I said, Diabolik Swiss is a reprint series, and it looks like this famous necklace or brooch or whatever. The detective is always after Diabolik, called Inspector Ginkgo. Possibly suspects Diabolik wants to steal that necklace. And here's some nice jukebox cars. Yeah, some nice jukebox cars. And this is actually Diabolik in disguise, and he's kidnapped this woman. I suppose he's going to steal the brooch, but there's a tracker on the car, so the police are tracking him. And no doubt he's got Here's a secret cave just like Batman, so he can escape into there. He can escape into this cave and the police can't get him. The police try to follow him, but the wall shuts down, their car crashes. Blah blah blah, he's stolen the brooch, kidnapped this woman. That was a two-door Triumph Herald estate. Blah blah blah, and later a police officer is killed. And I guess they suspect Diabolik, although I presume actually it was a corrupt cop who killed another cop and framed Diabolik, so he's got to prove himself innocent and escape with the loot. Oh, and he drives an E-Type. Even today he still has a Jaguar E-Type, and of course he has one in the movie as well. And yeah, this is it's an Italian comic, but it's actually set in a city called Clerville, which is based on Geneva in Switzerland, although the country it's in is also called Clerville, but it's referred to as a state, which I guess means it's a region of a fictional, never-named country. But it's somewhere in Europe, because Clerville's currency used to have the same value as Italian lira, but was never named. And in 2002, Clerville adopted the euro. So yeah, this is a homicidio alla policia. I guess proves himself innocent of killing a cop. Steals the brooch, and a nice reel-to-reel recorder here. Tecmo can probably identify what that's based on. Yeah, and possibly uses a what at the time would have been a miniature camera. Yeah, so disguises himself as a cop actually. So yeah, steals the brooch, proves himself innocent, he escapes from the cops and gets back to his secret hideout with Ava. And again, this is an advert for the next issue of Diabolik Swiss, another reprint. Doesn't say when the reprint's originally from. Does this mean it was a... Does this mean it's a 20-year-old reprint? Maybe, I don't know. List of the issues of Diabolik Swiss. This is issue 67, so issue number... lists all the way back to issue number 1. I guess this is maybe monthly, so yeah, you can work out how long ago that was, when it started. Diabolik del 2000. So, oh yeah, Diabolik is numbered after the year, so this is a X39. Oh, I guess year 39 of Diabolik was the year 2000, and this is issue number 1 of year 39, which comes out in Edicola shops maybe on 29th of December. So 29th of December is when the first issue for year 2000 was released. That was issue 1 of year 39. This Shonen Jump is numbered in the same way actually. Each year the numbers reset, although issue number 1 of Shonen Jump actually comes out in like the end of November, but it's weird. This must be Il Giallo a Fumetti Diabolik R. This is another Diabolik series. I've got several Diabolik comics at home that I bought when I visited Italy, when I visited Japan in 2015. Just for 2 weeks. My flight was delayed and I had to stay in Rome overnight. So I went to a bookshop on the train station at Rome Airport and bought a whole handful of comics for €50. So yeah, Diabolik, Diabolik R and Diabolik Swiss are the 3 Diabolik series. And I think there might be a colour Diabolik now, I think I've got at home, but I can't remember. So yes, it's Italy's most famous comic, famous to most English speakers as either a movie or a cartoon, but it was a comic first, and this is one from 2000, sometime in the 60s.